Hey everybody, this is Josh from Music Lesson here, coming at you with a video. This is a student requested video. We're going to go through just some of the basic 3-string chords that I start teaching my students here in my studio. Now, we're going to start out in the beginning, the first part of the neck, okay? So this is first position, okay, on your guitar. We're going to do just the G string, the B string, and the high E string, okay? So high E string's down here, right? Then you've got the B string, the next one up. Then you got the G string, the next one up. Okay, so you're going to do high E, B, and then G. Okay, and the awesome part about this is that we can just go ahead and play those 3 strings simultaneously. Remember, a chord is when you play multiple notes, in the guitar's case, multiple strings at the same time, simultaneously, okay? So we're going to strum from the G down, okay? And that's a 3-string E minor chord. 3-string E minor chord, okay? Okay, now that technically was an arpeggio. I'm not going to get into that, but when I do it spaced out like that, that's technically an arpeggio. So let's do it one stroke. There you go. There's your chord. All strings, well, all notes played basically at the same time, okay? Now moving on, let's go to the 3-string G7 chord, okay? That's where you're going to take your first finger over here. You're going to put it on the first fret of the high E, okay? Now we're going to leave the G and the B open while we strum this chord. Okay, now here's a tip for you. When you put any finger down on the guitar, you want to play right next to the fret, okay? Now this is the first fret right here, okay? This is the fret wire, okay, this metal part. You're going to play just behind that, and that's going to be exactly where I want you to put it. Put the finger on its tip, and if you play right behind that fret, you'll have to put less pressure down on the string, okay, and less pressure therefore on the finger to stop the string at that fret, okay? So, okay, you'll know you're pressing down hard enough because it'll ring. You don't have to press down hard at all, but if you're not pressing down hard enough, you'll get that sound, okay? And right now we don't want that, okay? So 3-string G7, 3-string G7 chord, okay? Now let's go ahead and move on up. We're going to stick with the same 3 strings, okay? And then we're going to put our third finger on the third fret of the high E, okay? So remember, the same principles apply. Third finger right next to the third fret, right below it, okay? If this is down, oops, sorry, if that's down and this is up, then this is right below the fret, okay? Okay, so open G, open B, third finger on the third fret of high E, okay? Okay, and then simultaneously, okay? All right, and just go through this real quick in your hand here, if I can get this correctly. There you go. First finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, okay, thumb, right? Okay, so first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, thumb, okay? Now we're going to move along, and we're going to do the 3-string C chord, okay? 3-string C chord is going to have the first finger on the first fret of the B string. The B string is the second string up from the high E, okay? So high E, B. We're going to have our first finger on the first fret, okay? Okay, so we're going to strum open G, first finger on the first fret of B, open high E. Okay, so, okay, and that's your 3-string C chord, okay? Moving on a little bit further, now we've got our 3-string D7, or I'm sorry, yeah, 3-string D7 chord. This is a little bit more involved, okay? You're going to use 3 fingers on 3 strings. Okay, some of you may not be here yet, that's fine. A number of my students are and passed, but for those of you that are here, let's take a look at this. We're going to do the second finger on the second fret of G, okay, second finger on the second fret of the G string, first finger on the first fret of the B string, and third finger on the second fret of the E string, high E string, okay? Third finger on the second fret of the high E string, okay? So let's put that down, second finger, first finger, third finger. Now let's strum simultaneously. There you go. Okay, that's a 3-string D7 chord. Okay, now we're going to move on, and we're going to do the 3-string A chord, okay? And before I move on, I will specify whether or not it's a major chord, okay? But if I don't say, I'm sorry, I'll specify whether or not it's a minor chord. But if I don't say that it's a minor chord, then it's implied that it's a major chord. So for example, if I say 3-string A, it's implied that it's a major chord. Majors sound happy or bright, right? Minors sound melancholy or sad, okay? So this is a 3-string A chord, so it's implied that it's a major, okay? And that's what we're going to do there. So this is going to do the same 3 strings, G, B, and high E. Second finger on the second fret of G, okay? Third finger on the second fret of B, okay? And open high E. So second finger, second fret of G, third finger, second fret of B, and open high E, okay? Okay? And there you go. Okay, now final tip here. Whenever you're practicing these chords, make the chord, then hit your leg, okay? You can also shake it off there, okay? But hit the chord, hit the leg. Hit the chord, hit the leg. Or hit the chord, shake it, right? Hit the chord, shake it, right? One of these two things I want you to do. Why? Because if you don't change the hand, or if you don't take it away and make it rethink about doing it, we don't work up muscle memory. Sure, we can sit there and just, we can do all that day long, but we're only doing our strumming hand, not our fretting hand, and we need to practice the fretting hand for these chords, okay? Okay, see what I mean? So there's your tip for the day. Hopefully this video helped you out. These are the first chords that I do with the first 3 strings for my students, okay? And if this helped you out, just leave a like down there. Comment if you'd like to, maybe some suggestions or what you'd like to see as a video next. Subscribe if you'd like to, and click on that bell. And hopefully I'll see you at the next video. Thank you. Take care.